My beloved child, you have walked through long valleys, wandered beneath storm-heavy skies, and carried burdens that few have seen. You've stood quietly while the weight on your shoulders pressed deep into your spirit. But I've seen every step, every tear, every moment you thought no one noticed. In the silence of your surrender and the ache of your waiting, I was near. I have never turned away from you, not even once. But what you could not see was that even in the darkness, your roots were growing deeper. In places you thought were barren, I was planting seeds. In moments you felt abandoned, I was fortifying your soul for what's ahead. You measured yourself by your weakness, your missteps, your weariness. But I measured you by your faith, your endurance, your heart that kept hoping when all seemed still. You are never alone. My spirit within you is unshakable, unstoppable, undefeated. No season has the power to break you when you are anchored in me. What felt like delay was my design. What looked like silence was my strategy. You were never behind, only being hidden, protected, and prepared. So now, take a breath, slow your thoughts, feel my presence surround you like morning light upon the sea. Let your soul rest in my voice. Breathe in the stillness. Let go of the noise. This is not a moment to rush. It is a holy invitation to realign. You are stepping into something new, sacred ground, prepared just for you. And though you do not have all the answers, you have me, and I am enough. This is not the end of your journey, child. It is the threshold. You are crossing over from merely surviving to truly living, from fear to freedom, from striving to abiding. So rise not with panic, but with peace. Rise not with fear, but with faith. Rise because you were made for this moment. The weight is lifting. The light is returning. And I, your faithful Father, am leading you forward, not just to something good, but to something glorious. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are right on time for what I am about to do in your life. Now breathe again, beloved, and walk forward in the light of my promise. There is something I need you to hear, something deeper than all the noise you've been trying to rise above. I see the way you've been holding it all together, even when your heart has been unraveling in secret. You've smiled when you felt like crying. You've given when you had nothing left. You've shown up when you wanted to run away. But my dear one, you don't have to carry all of this alone. I'm not asking you to be strong for everyone else while silently breaking inside. I'm asking you to let me hold the pieces you've been trying to hide, because I don't just see your strength, I see your strain. I don't just know your potential, I know your pain. And still, I choose you, again and again, not for what you do, but because of who you are, mine. Let the tears fall if they need to. Let the mask drop. Let the pressure lift. I'm not here to impress. I'm here to heal, to restore, to remind you, you are not invisible. You are not forgotten. You are not too far gone. You are my beloved, and you are seen. There's something stirring inside you, quietly, gently, so soft, you almost dismissed it. But it's real, a silent ache that keeps returning, a longing you can't quite name, like a whisper rising from the depths of your soul. This is not confusion. This is not emptiness. This is your spirit awakening to the pull of something more. You felt it in quiet moments when the noise fades, in the space between breaths, in the places where your usual distractions no longer satisfy. A subtle disquiet, a restlessness that isn't anxious but sacred. It's not asking for more things, more noise, or more achievement. It's asking for meaning, depth, truth. What you are sensing is the call of the deep, the Spirit of God drawing you, not toward performance, but presence, not toward answers, but awareness, not toward activity, but alignment. This is not a crisis. It is an invitation. That hollow space inside isn't something broken. It's space I carved out to fill with something eternal. When the familiar starts to lose its grip, when your heart no longer fits into old rhythms, it's not a sign of failure. It's a sign of growth. It's me moving the walls wider within you, making room for something far greater than you've known. And I know it feels like you're drifting, like you don't belong in the places that once made sense. But child, what if I'm the one unsettling the ground beneath you, not to scare you, but to shift you? What if what feels like losing is actually shedding? What if what feels like emptiness is really sacred preparation? I've placed this longing in you, not to frustrate you, but to lead you, to pull you out of shallow waters and into deeper communion with me. That ache you feel, it's holy. It's a signal. It's a compass. It's me. I'm calling you out from comfort into clarity. You are not the only one. Many feel it now. There's a quiet trembling across the earth, a stirring in the souls of my people. They're waking up with a sense that there must be more, that the old rhythms can no longer hold the new oil I'm pouring. You are not alone in this. You are part of a divine stirring happening across hearts and generations, a shift, a beckoning. So don't run from this unsettled place. Sit with it, honor it, let it speak. Don't rush to fix it. Don't try to silence it. Just listen. It is not your enemy. It is your invitation. This is the sound of spiritual alignment beginning to form. And I know others may not understand what you're going through. They may look at your stillness and call it laziness. They may see your silence and think it's withdrawal. But I see your sacred listening. I see you choosing to wait rather than rush. And I honor it. What I'm doing in you doesn't need to be explained. It only needs to be embraced. You weren't made to conform. You were made to transform. And this longing you carry is proof you were built for more. Not just to do more, but to become more. And becoming is rarely loud. It's slow. It's sacred. It's quiet. Like roots going deeper before branches stretch higher. So come closer. Lean in. Let me speak into the ache. Let me breathe on what feels uncertain. I'm not afraid of your questions. I gave you the heart to ask them, and I won't leave you in the dark with them. Let the ache become the altar. Let your longing become the place of encounter. You are not lost. You are being drawn. You are not broken. You are being called. And what's ahead of you is not vague or empty. It is divine, and it is near. This is the beginning of your deeper journey. This is the gentle signal that you are awakening, and I'm walking every step with you, guiding, nurturing, strengthening, until you see with clarity what your heart has known all along. You are being led by my hand into the more you were made for. There comes a time when your heart starts whispering what your mind has tried to ignore. A time when your spirit begins to long for what can't be found in routine noise or constant movement. That time is now. You've been faithful to the pace, the plans, the path, but something inside you is asking for pause, a sacred hesitation. This pause is not weakness. It is wisdom. It's the soul recognizing that speed doesn't equal alignment, that busy doesn't mean full, and that sometimes the holiest moments are the quietest ones. You've noticed it. A shift in your spirit, a subtle discomfort in what used to satisfy. The things that once felt fulfilling now feel fleeting. The places where you used to find peace now feel loud, and the loud places feel unbearable. This isn't regression, it's revelation. I'm revealing what no longer serves you. I'm uncovering what cannot remain if you are to become who you truly are. What once worked, what once fit, no longer does. And that's not a failure. It's a sign that I'm doing something new. And I know this new space can feel uncertain, like walking through fog, like standing on the edge of something invisible. But I'm asking you not to fear this unfamiliar ground. I am in the fog. I am at the edge. I am already ahead of you, waiting with open arms. You don't need to know what's next to rest in me. You only need to know that I'm with you, that my presence is the constant in the change, that my voice is the clarity in the chaos. This is the invitation to listen more deeply, to stop measuring your value by how much you produce, and to begin measuring your days by how much you perceive me. Because I am here in the quiet. I am speaking even now. I am guiding you not with a shout, but with a still small whisper. And I'm asking you to lean in, to clear space in your soul for what truly matters. The world will tell you to hurry, to build, to chase. But I'm inviting you to be still, to wait, to discern. The world will applaud your accomplishments, but I am celebrating your obedience. The world will say louder is stronger, but I am showing you the power of stillness. Let me speak where you've only allowed noise. Let me lead where you've only followed habit. Let me in where you've only offered performance. I want your heart, not your hustle. This is not a season of striving. It's a season of receiving. And sometimes receiving requires silence. Sometimes obedience looks like rest. Sometimes the next right step is not a step at all, but a kneeling. You don't need to have everything figured out. You only need to be available. You only need to turn down the volume of the world and turn your face toward mine. I know you've been exhausted trying to keep pace with expectations I never placed on you. So now breathe. Pause. Listen. The most powerful movement you can make right now isn't forward, it's inward. This is your permission to stop striving and start listening. This is your moment to tune your ears to the frequency of heaven. I'm not hiding from you. I'm waiting to be found in the stillness. And when you do find me there, you'll see that I've already been speaking through beauty, through breath, through the tug in your heart that won't go away. That pull is me, drawing you deeper, pulling you closer. What you need most isn't a new plan, it's a new posture, a posture of surrender, softness, and sacred awareness. Let this be the moment you no longer run from the quiet, but run to it. Let this be the moment you stop chasing clarity in noise and find it in nearness. Let this be the moment you discover I've been here all along, waiting in the whisper. And even now, as you sit in this sacred pause, the world may continue moving fast around you. But don't be tempted to rejoin the race without purpose. The pause isn't punishment, it's protection. I'm rebuilding something within you, something not meant to be rushed. You're not missing out, you're being set apart. What feels like stillness is actually sacred preparation. I am preparing the soil of your soul for a new new season of growth, of fruitfulness, of deeper intimacy with me. What you call delay, I call divine alignment. So don't rush through the silence. Don't despise the waiting, for it is here, in this quiet, in this sacred slowing, that you'll hear me most clearly and know me most deeply. You're not behind. You're right where I need you to be. And when it's time to move, I'll make it clear. Until then, stay close, stay soft, stay open. I am with you. There is a reason why old things are losing their grip. Why familiar comforts no longer hold the same peace they once did. This is not a breakdown. This is not the unraveling of your identity. This is the making of room for what's next, for what's true, for what's divine. You are not losing your way. You are shedding your skin. The patterns that once protected you have outlived their purpose. The systems you built to survive are no longer needed to thrive. You are being reformed, reshaped, realigned. This is not punishment. It is preparation. I am not taking from you. I am clearing space. For every door that closes, for every connection that fades, for every comfort that is being peeled away, I am making space for the new thing I am doing. And I need you to stop seeing this pruning as loss, because the things I remove with tenderness. I never strip away without intention. I never allow the falling apart without a deeper plan for the building up. You are not being reduced. You are being refined. You prayed for alignment. You asked for clarity. You longed for deeper purpose. And now the shaking you feel is the answer to those prayers. I'm removing what no longer fits, not to hurt you, but to heal you, to set you free from attachments that kept you small, to lift you into places that match the fullness of who you truly are in me. Let go of the timeline you imagined. Release the structure you were trying to control. Your foundation is not being destroyed. It's being deepened. I'm not just changing your surroundings. I'm transforming your soul. And yes, it may feel like everything you knew is shifting. But look closer. Some of what's shifting is what was never meant to stay. I'm revealing what was temporary. I'm highlighting what cannot hold you any longer. I'm bringing your spirit into alignment with what is lasting. This is not the end. This is the threshold. This is not the collapse. This is the clearing. What looks like an ending is a divine beginning in disguise. So if things feel like they're falling apart, know this, they are falling into place. Not by your design, but by mine. You don't have to hold everything together. You only need to hold on to me. Let your tears water the soil of new beginnings. Let your silence become sacred listening. Let the spaces you once feared become sanctuaries of my presence. And in this sacred space of undoing trust that I am not just near, I am working, rearranging, rebuilding, preparing. What you feel as emptiness is sacred readiness. There is purpose in this pruning. There is beauty in this breaking. And there is glory in this growing. I'm not just healing wounds, I'm making you new. So take heart. Don't mourn what I'm removing. Celebrate what I'm making room for. The new has already begun, even if it's still invisible to your eyes. Trust the process. I'm not just with you in the promise. I'm with you in the preparation. You're not being diminished. You're being positioned. And soon you will see why I had to clear the way. Soon you will step into what your heart has quietly longed for. And when you do, it will not feel strange. It will feel like home. Until then, rest in the knowing that nothing is wasted. Every loss, every shift, every silent night has been accounted for. I am the God who restores, renews, and repositions, and I am not finished with you. I'm just getting started. What I remove, I redeem. What I prune, I pour into. What I strip away, I rebuild with greater strength. And even now, in this tender place of transition, I am speaking identity over you again. You are not forgotten. You are not being punished. You are being hand-carved for glory. I am not in a rush. I am crafting something eternal in you. So breathe, beloved. The weight you feel is the weight of transformation. The pressure is not crushing you. It is shaping you into someone unshakable. Let every falling piece become a step in the construction of something unbreakable. Trust that when it all seems to be slipping, my hands are still holding you, steadying you, blessing you. This ending is not empty. It is sacred. This transition is not void. It is divine timing at work. This pause is not failure. It is formation. You are standing in a holy place, even if it doesn't look like it yet. And when the dust settles, you will see what I've been building behind the veil. A new beginning, a stronger you, a deeper trust, and a clearer purpose. So keep your heart open, keep your hands unclenched, and let me finish what I lovingly started. There is a voice that doesn't shout, yet it never stops speaking. A voice that doesn't demand your attention, but longs for your awareness. It is my voice, steady, gentle, unwavering, whispering to you, even now through the quiet moments you often overlook. I'm not only found in the thunder, the earthquake, or the fire. I am in the still small whisper, in the gentle nudge, in the silence that seems to say nothing but carries everything. My child, I'm always speaking, but are you still enough to hear me? You've been searching for a sign, for a breakthrough, for confirmation. But sometimes what you call waiting is actually me, already speaking, just not in the way you expected. You want the words to be loud. I want your soul to be quiet. You want the answer to come instantly. I want it to go deep. You see, I don't communicate like the world. I don't compete with noise. I wait for your attention. I wait for your stillness. Not because I'm distant, but because I'm close. And I want you to know that closeness not through chaos, but through communion. The guidance you've been longing for is not far off. It's not hidden in mystery or locked behind impossible doors. It is in the recurring dreams that leave you stirred, in the thoughts that return with quiet persistence, in the conversations that seem to echo something deeper. These are not coincidences. These are the brushstrokes of my hand painting patterns only your spirit can truly read. You are being trained not just to hear me, but to recognize me, to trust the quiet, knowing the sense of peace that doesn't always come with explanation. This is not about logic. This is about discernment, about sensing my presence in subtle ways, like the wind that passes by your cheek or the warmth that settles on your chest. You were made for this kind of intimacy. You were never meant to chase me through performance, but to find me in presence. And I reward those who draw near in faith, who lean in, who choose the quiet path when the world demands noise. Let go of the pressure to hear something dramatic. Let go of the lie that louder is holier. I dwell in the secret place. I speak in the hidden chambers of your heart. I lead you through the soft inner movement of peace, through a conviction that stirs without shaming. I'm not trying to confuse you. I'm inviting you to become more attuned, more sensitive to the sacred. The signs I send are subtle, not because because I want to make it difficult, but because I want to awaken your heart, not just inform your mind. There is power in this kind of listening. It cultivates intimacy. It builds trust. It anchors you not in circumstances, but in communion. You were never meant to navigate this life by sight alone. You were created to walk by spirit. Turn your attention inward, not outward. The answers you seek won't come from endless searching. They'll come from sacred stillness, from the moments you pause and ask, "What are you saying, Lord?" and then actually wait long enough to hear the response. Let go of the noise, the constant commentary, the endless opinions, the fearful projections. Come back to the quiet, where your soul remembers me. I am not hiding. I am waiting to be sought, to be listened to be received. I whisper through nature, through music, through the way your heart stirs when something feels right or wrong. Don't dismiss the way your spirit responds. That's how I guide you. Even the unsettled feeling that something's off is part of my communication. I speak in resonance, and I also speak in dissonance to show you what doesn't belong. You've been taught to chase clarity in big dramatic signs, but I'm teaching you to find it in the gentle unfolding, in peace that surpasses understanding, in moments of deep knowing that can't be explained but refuse to be ignored. Even in your restlessness, I am speaking. Even in your confusion, I am present. I will not abandon you to figure this all out alone. I lead you with kindness, not pressure, with presence, not panic, with invitation, not intimidation. This is not just about receiving information. This is about entering communion. The goal is not simply guidance, it is relationship. I want to walk with you, not just instruct you. I want to dwell in the spaces of your heart, where trust is born in silence. So come, meet me in the quiet. Turn down the noise. Lay aside the hurry. Let your heart lean in, and you will find I've been speaking all along. And when you hear me in the whisper, you'll begin to hear me everywhere. There is a stirring in the air. Can you feel it? Something deep within your spirit is sensing it before your mind can name it. A pressure, a restlessness, a holy discomfort. It's not meant to break you. It's meant to awaken you. This is not the weight of the world. It's the weight of coming glory. This pressure is the signal of my movement. The signs are subtle, but sure. You're not imagining it. Your spirit is picking up on the shift long before the circumstances catch up. The heaviness you feel is not punishment. It is the buildup of divine momentum, gathering like a wave before it crests. A spiritual release is coming. But first, I must prepare the vessel. I'm doing a new thing in you. And just like the earth groans before new life emerges, so your soul feels the tension of transition. This tension is holy. It is the stretching of what was to make room for what will be. Don't run from the weight, lean into it. Let it press out of you what can no longer stay. Old ways of thinking must fall away. Patterns that once served you are now becoming barriers. I'm not just changing your habits, I'm renewing your mind. What once comforted you may now be uncomfortable. That's not regression, that's growth. There's a reason I'm stirring up what you thought was settled. I'm clearing the channels for a greater flow of my spirit. You've asked me to move, but my spirit cannot be poured into a heart that clings to the past. I love you too much to let you stay unchanged. This is not a season for resistance. It is a season for surrender. I'm calling you to open your hands, to release what no longer carries life, to to allow the breaking so the oil can flow. There is a divine urgency in this hour, not of panic, but of purpose. And I'm asking you to respond. Don't resist the shaking. Don't fear the stretching. These are the movements of heaven, realigning the soil of your soul. What feels like disruption is often preparation. What feels like pressure is often me reshaping your capacity. I'm not just preparing you for what's next. I'm preparing what's next for you. But first, I must remove what can't remain. Bitterness, pride, fear, smallness. They cannot enter the next season. You've outgrown the structures that once held you. And though it feels uncomfortable, it is a sure sign of transformation. You don't need to manufacture the move. You only need to remove the barriers. Let me do the deep work. Let me stretch you beyond convenience into consecration. The flood is coming, not to drown, but to cleanse, not to destroy, but to awaken. Make room in your thoughts, in your habits, in your inner life. Create sacred space for my presence to dwell richly. I'm not coming to visit. I'm coming to remain. I'm shaking foundations not to punish, but to rebuild stronger. I'm releasing fresh fire, not to consume, but to refine. Make room for the flood. I'm breathing wind into dry places, not to stir up dust, but to resurrect dormant dreams. And what I'm releasing is not small. It's not shallow. It's deep, calling unto deep. Are you ready to receive what your prayers have been asking for, even if it comes through disruption? Do not be surprised if your emotions feel raw, if your routines feel unsettled, if your priorities suddenly shift. These are signs that you are being recentered, that I'm reclaiming my rightful place at the center of your life. Let go of performance. Let go of pressure. Let go of pretending. I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm asking you to be present. Don't fear the rising tide. I'm in the water. I'm in the wave. And I will carry you forward in power and peace. I'm not only moving around you. I am moving in you. And through you, I will move in ways you never thought possible. This is the sound of the Spirit awakening. Make room for the flood. This is not judgment. This is invitation. I have not come to condemn you. I have come to free you. The shaking you feel is not a rebuke. It is a release, a holy opportunity to let go of what was never yours to carry. Too long, you've walked with weights on your soul. Expectations, regrets, fear, shame. They have tangled around your identity, disguising who you truly are. But I am lifting those burdens now, not with force, but with kindness. I'm not angry with you. I am not disappointed in your struggle. I see the hidden places where you've tried so hard to hold it all together. And I'm here to say you don't have to carry it anymore. Let it fall. Lay it down. This is not a test. This is not a trap. This is your open door to freedom. You've been taught to brace for judgment, but I offer you grace for transformation. You've expected me to confront you with harshness, but I approach you with healing. I am not looking to point out your failures. I am reaching to lift you into fullness. I knock on the door of your heart, not demanding perfection, but inviting surrender. Will you let me into the mess? Will you let me cleanse the places you've hidden? You don't need to tidy yourself up to receive me. You only need to open the door. Prepare your heart like a home, not a museum, not a performance, a real living space where my presence can dwell. I want to fill your atmosphere with peace. I want to sit with you in the silence. I want to bring beauty into the places you once called broken. This moment is not about punishment. It's about preparation. The light I'm shining into your life is not to expose you to shame, but to reveal the spaces I want to fill with glory. So let go. Let go of every false identity. Let go of the lies that have shaped your view of me. Let go of the pressure to be everything for everyone. That's not your calling. I never asked you to carry what's been weighing you down. I am here, with healing in my hands, with restoration in my breath, with gentleness in my eyes. And all I ask is that you let me in. Let this be the day you stop running and start resting. Let this be the moment you realize freedom doesn't begin when everything's fixed. It begins when you say yes to me, right in the middle of the process. This is not judgment. This is rescue. This is not rejection. This is redemption. This is your turning point. This is not the time to hold your breath and endure. This is the time to breathe deeply and prepare to open wide the gates of your heart for what I'm about to release. You are not bracing for impact. You are making room for glory. Preparation is not punishment. It is positioning. And I am calling you now to prepare not from fear, but from faith. Not because disaster is coming, but because destiny is near. This is not about surviving the season. This is about embracing it with expectation and reverence. I'm cleansing the space within you, not to empty you, but to fill you. I'm sweeping out what has lingered too long. Thoughts that no longer serve truth. Habits that no longer reflect who you are becoming. Cycles that no longer align with my spirit. This is not rejection. It is renovation. I'm preparing the soil of your soul to carry the weight of new glory. You've been sensing the call, haven't you? The gentle urge to pause, the internal knowing that something is shifting, something is asking for more room. That's me. That's my spirit drawing you into readiness. I do not require your perfection. I desire your presence. I'm not looking for polished rituals. I'm looking for an open heart. A heart that says, come in. Even if I'm not fully ready, even if I don't know what to expect, come in. Your preparation doesn't need to look impressive. It needs to be authentic, honest, willing. You don't have to build a temple, just make a space. A space I can fill with peace, with purpose, with power. Clear the clutter, beloved, not just of your schedule, but of your soul. Let me rearrange the furniture of your inner world. Let me bring order to what's been chaotic. Let me create a resting place within you that is fit for the King of Kings. What's coming requires capacity, not performance, but space, not hustle, but holiness. You won't be able to receive what's next while still holding on to the weight of yesterday. So let go. Let me clean the corners of your heart where you've stored disappointment. Let me touch the shelves where you've placed your fears. Let me prepare the sanctuary within you. This is a sacred work, and it begins not with striving, but with surrender. Preparation is not a checklist. It's a posture of openness, a posture of expectancy, a heart turned upward saying, speak, Lord, I am listening. Move, Lord, I am ready. There are things I've longed to show you, but they require a cleared table. They require a heart that isn't overfed on distractions. I'm not withholding, I'm waiting for the space. And now is the time to make room. So release the pressure to perform. Release the fear of not being enough. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for availability. I can do more with a yielded heart than with a flawless presentation. Don't worry about how it looks. Just begin. One quiet prayer, one intentional pause, one moment of stillness where you say, I'm here, God. Have your way. This is how you prepare, not by striving, but by yielding, by becoming available, by saying yes to the invisible before it becomes visible, by daring to believe that I am not only coming, I am already near. So open wide the doors, sweep the floors, light the lamp, and expect me to come, because I will. And when I do, you'll know why the preparation mattered so much. This is not the end of your waiting. It is the beginning of your receiving. What you're making room for is greater than you can imagine, and it's already on the way. You may not even notice it at first, but something is beginning to shift. The places that once felt heavy are starting to feel lighter. The thoughts that once spiraled are slowing down. The tension that once gripped your chest is loosening its hold. Not all at once, but just enough to let a little light in. This is not a coincidence. It's restoration. I'm restoring you, not in dramatic moments alone, but in small daily mercies. I am healing you in quiet ways, in unnoticed turns, in the sacred rhythm of relief. This is how renewal often begins, not with a shout, but with a whisper, not with thunder, but with a sigh of peace. You're starting to breathe differently, laugh more freely, rest more deeply. The burden hasn't disappeared entirely, but it no longer defines you. That's how healing begins, not with fanfare, but with gentle unwrapping. And I am unwrapping the tightness around your soul, one knot at a time. You'll find yourself drawn to beauty again. A flower catches your eye. A melody brings tears. A thought of hope enters where despair once ruled. Don't dismiss these moments. These are the signs of resurrection. These are the first rays of dawn touching the horizon of your spirit. Dead places are waking up. Dormant parts of your heart are beginning to stir. That dream you laid down long ago, it still lives. That joy you thought was lost, it's returning. That part of you that became numb, it's feeling again. This is what healing looks like. Not always sudden, but always sacred. And you may wonder, is this real? Will it last? Yes, beloved, this is me. I'm restoring you from the inside out, not with haste, but with care. I am rebuilding the places within you that you thought were beyond repair. I'm not just changing your situation, I'm changing you. From the inside out, I'm restoring your sensitivity, your trust, your ability to hope again. The world may not see the difference yet, but you do. And that's enough for now. Let the healing unfold slowly. Let the joy return in waves. Let yourself receive, without guilt, without doubt. This is not selfishness. This is sacred recovery. The very restoration you stopped believing was possible is now happening one holy moment at a time. Let it happen. Let the recovery unfold. Don't rush it. Don't question it. Just receive it. This is my doing, and it is marvelous in your eyes. What you feel is not fleeting. It is the evidence of new life, the quiet awakening of who you really are beneath the weariness, beneath the armor, beneath the survival. It's just beginning, and it will not be taken from you. I am the God who restores all things, and I have started with you. This is the moment, the threshold, the quiet but decisive turning point where everything shifts, not just outside you, but within. What once felt like delay, I now reveal as preparation. What once felt like silence, I now unveil as strategy. The waiting was not wasted, it was worship. You have been faithful in the hidden place. You have trusted me in the unknown. And now I say to you, the time has come to step forward, not in fear, but in fullness, not in striving, but in surrender, not in uncertainty, but in unshakable trust. Every closed door, every unanswered prayer, every prolonged pause, it has all brought you here, to this opening, this divine intersection where your obedience meets my orchestration. You are not late, you are right on time, because this is not your timing, it's mine. I have cleared the way, I have made the path, and now I call you to walk in it, not perfectly, but courageously, not because you know everything, but because you trust the one who does. Let go of needing every detail. Take the next step with your hand in mine. You are not stepping into a mystery without a guide. You are stepping into a promise with the one who wrote it. The pieces that didn't make sense before will begin to fit. The road that felt like a wilderness will now reveal its destination. What's ahead of you is not random. It is prepared, it is purposed, and it is holy. This is not a small move, it's a supernatural release. This is the appointed moment where seeds begin to sprout, where dreams begin to breathe, where assignments become reality. I'm not sending you out alone, I'm going before you. My spirit will be your strength. My word will be your compass. My peace will be your guard. And my favor will surround you like a shield. You're not stepping into chaos. You're stepping into calling. And as you walk forward, you'll sense it, the favor, the alignment, the presence that goes before you. The very things you once strained to force will now begin to flow with ease. Not because they are easy, but because you are walking with me. The doors I open for you cannot be shut. The ground I prepare for you cannot be stolen. You are not walking into uncertainty. You are stepping into divine certainty. You are moving from hesitation to holy confidence. You will look back on this moment not as the end of the struggle, but as the beginning of divine unfolding. You will see that it wasn't your strength that carried you. Here, it was my grace, and that same grace will sustain you in every step ahead. Let your heart be expectant. Let your spirit rise. Let your voice declare, "Here I am, Lord. I will go." So go. Step into the light. Step into the promise. Step into the more, because this is not the end of the journey. It's the beginning of everything I've been preparing for you. Now is the time.